Well, it was Tahr Ballot time. 8-week-long periods from the start of May to the end of June. 25 landing sites, 200 opportunities, and man were we excited. So the two blocks consist of the Adam Lambert Range and the Landsborough River. This country will test you. It's big and gnarly, it's middle of winter, but big bull country. So we've arrived, we're in the Zora. The weather looks good for at least 6 or 7 of the days. We've had a sprinkling of snow last night, as you can sort of see as I pan around. I don't think it'll last long, it'll be melted off. So first job is to get the spotting scope out, which we've already had. And we've already found actually quite a nice bull and a couple of nannies, which we'll try and get some video of later. But second most important thing is we're going to get camp done. It's our little camping area down there. Mark's busy binoing, and yeah, we'll get out hunting this afternoon and see what we can find. Oh, camp's done and dusted for the next 10 days. There it is. I'll give you a little insight to what it's looking like. As we come into the entrance, we've got a schist entrance into our hut. We've got a big open plan right round, schist entrance into the room. We've got kitchen, fridge, freezer there, and the luxury of the seat. And then if I come back out around the back, fully enclosed. We've got all day sun opening in the back, more storage as you can see in there. So she's a cozy little place. We're just going to head out for a hunt and basically just have a look around tonight really and get a feel for what's going to move. It's 2 o'clock, so I'm expecting around 3ish onwards the bulls will start to move. So we're just getting organised. Mark's getting his boots on. I've got to get my red bands off and get my boots on, and we're going to head up there. The camera never really does it much justice, but she's going to be pretty steep. We're going to take ice axes because there's going to be a bit of ice up towards the top. Head up there. After a good 45-minute slog, we finally made the watering hole. After a quick drink, we slip and slided our way all the way to the top, and what a view it was.
weatherman's predictions were right, and as the weather rolled in quick and fast, we packed up and headed for the valley floor.
We were up this morning. We've woken up to a fair bit of snow. Nothing too major, but it's just going to make getting around a little bit more slippery. We ended up that hill yesterday, and yeah, by the time we got up there the weather rolled in, and we had to get off pretty quickly, and now it's going to be pretty icy up there. So our plan is this morning is we're just going to go watch some faces over the back of camp, let the sun come on and see what bulls are moving around, and then we'll try and stalk something if we see something that's worth chasing. But we're just going to spend a whole lot of time with the spotting scope and binos this morning. We'll get a brew on in a minute, and then yeah, we'll get into it. So this bull just lifted his head. We can hear a chopper working in the back, and you can hear it too, so we're just going to keep an eye on him, see what he does.
We checked over multiple bulls throughout the morning, but we decided this one was a shooter. We played a game of cat and mouse as he popped out through the little openings in the scrub. Late that evening, he popped out from the scrub and the game was on.
So about 10 minutes ago we took a bull 550 yards straight across from camp. We spent pretty much most of the day just spotting with the spotting scope and binos, and we're seeing probably 15 or so bulls. But now we're going to go down through this and back up there, which is not going to be the nicest. We've got to go right up the other side, so we're just going to quickly GPS this track because it's going to be dark by the time we get back. It's not a place to really get lost. So when we get a bit closer, I'll show you the bull we've got.
Crossing the river night and morning made for some entertaining viewing. Keeping your boots dry is a must, as sub-zero temperatures turn your boots into ice blocks.
So we're nearly there. We've come from way over there, that's where the shot was taken. Come down through that face, down over there. We've made ourselves up through the West Coast scrub, which is always beautiful. And then just up here, where the rocky sliders, there's the snow on there. I'm pretty sure he's parked up in the back of there. So another 5 minutes, we should be pretty close to finding where he is. So there we have him. Not a giant, but he's got a lot of age to the horn. A few chips, bumps and bangs. Typical of these bulls. Nice big chip out of there. Chip out of there. Well, the cape's off. It's a bit of a mission, but we've got it off. We're going to pack it up and get off the hill because we've got a long way to go to get back and it's getting dark, so we better get a move on. There you have it. We're back at camp. It's 7:30. It's time for tea. We've got mince, rice, noodles, broccoli, carrots. We've got it all. It's a big brew tonight. So we're up this morning and our plans are, we've been watching a bull for, I don't know, 2 or 3 days now, and he's up real high, so we're just getting our gear ready to take on the challenge. Got the crampons all fitted up because we're probably going to get into crampon country possibly. Mark's having a hell of a time trying to get into his boots. They're all frozen because we had to cross the river last night. It's about 9 o'clock, so we're a bit slow on the get-go, but this bull's been living in the same spot for the whole day. He doesn't move anywhere, so hopefully we'll get onto him. So we just spotted a bull up on the face. Mark's just having a quick assessment with the spotter. We don't think he's much chop because we're still going after that big one right up in the tops, so we're just going to carry on. It's been a bit of a grind, but it's 11:30 now and he normally comes out of his rock cave about 11 and he's out now, so we're going to try and get him before he goes back to his cave.
Shoot him again, Hayden. Just wait, he's falling over. He's dead.
So we're just taking that shot. Hit him twice. The first shot wasn't so good. Hit him a little bit back with the bit of breeze blowing up there. Come down through the face. Managed to get another shot on him and he fell. Well, he's come down, what, 200-300? End over end, down through the bluffs. And he's stopped in a bit of a crevice. We think we might be able to get round, pick him up. Hopefully we can, otherwise tomorrow we're going to have to spend a bit of time coming up through another face, as you can see, sort of out through there, and he is just up there. So fingers crossed we can get onto him. He looked pretty good. We're picking him, he would go close to 13 or not over 13. So yeah, catch us as we come around the face and hopefully we can pick him up. We've got to hear the bulls over there. We're not sure how it's going to go yet. Mark's heading down over there. We've got the old crampons on. See if we can get across. Mark, might be easy to go around the bottom there, then, huh? Here he is.
He's in the worst place possible. He's got massive bases. Hopefully he might just push 13, as we sort of guessed. It's not a place to be caping out. Looking back up there, we just had a rock come flying past earlier, so we just want to get the head off and get out of here. It's dangerous enough as it is. And our packs are still sitting right there. He's sort of what we expected. We think that he might push 13. He's just got really, really heavy bases. It's sort of hard to tell. We didn't really tape measure over, but yeah, it's hard to know. He's a good bull all the same. Nice old bull. Plenty of growth rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's an 8-year-old. So nice mature bull. Took a massive tumble. He's been limping around the last 3 days that we've looked. And he's actually got a broken leg just above the hock. It's actually snapped clean off, you can see it. It's all swollen and deformed. It's got foot rot. It's all just not in good shape at all. Well, we've made it back to the safe zone. We got down off the tops safely, and Mark's got the spotter set up, and we've actually got 3 bulls way over there in the distance that we're going to watch for half an hour or so, and then we'll make our way down below, across the river and head back to camp. It's been a huge day. Some sketchy country, but we've done it. Well, it's been a bit of a lazy day for the boys today. Got up early, just climbed up over from camp and had a good look around. Seen a few bulls, nothing big enough to really go chase, so we've just been lapping up the sun because we've had a bit of lack of it. We've been hunting the last few days. Mark's just cut the salami up. We're going to have salami and cheese toasties, so that should get us through to tonight. We're going to climb up the face, sort of up the back here. We can look down on a bit of a clearing down there, and we'll see what bulls are kicking around. We've seen 4 or 5 over there late last night when we were coming down off the other side, so it'll be interesting to see what's kicking around. After some serious evaluation of this bull through the spotter, it was decided the shot needed to be taken. At over 600 yards, the shot placement had to be perfect, and I'm sure Mark was the person for the job. So we've run out of time to get across to Mark's bull that he shot tonight. We're pretty confident of a good shot. He
took off in a bit of a hurry, but pretty positive he got a good lung shot on it. We were going to head over, but we sort of got preoccupied with another bull and a group of nannies who we ended up just videoing and leaving alone, but sort of killed half an hour, and now we've sort of run out of light, otherwise we'd be bashing around in the scrub in the dark. So we're going to head back to camp and head back over there tomorrow and see if we can get him. He looked pretty good. Hopefully getting close to that 13 mark or even better. So fingers crossed for tomorrow.
We've even got the sour cream, haven't we, Mark?
Sure do.
Plan for this morning, just heading away. We ran out of time last night to recover Mark's bull. We reviewed the video and it looked like a good lung shot, so we're pretty confident he'll be down over there. So just taking our time, we're going to pick our way through some scrub and down into the big face. That should take us probably about 45 minutes or so, so hopefully there'll be a dead bull there. So we'll just come down into the creek. All these shaded creeks, even though we've had real good weather, they're all real icy. We've had real solid frost every night, so you can see it's like thick and everything's real slippery. There's a lot of black ice around, it's sort of melting through the day and then freezing back overnight, so you've got to be extra careful down in these creeks. Gets a little bit slippery. We're just going to make our way up over the top here and then down into another one and then up, and then we should be getting pretty close to where Mark's taking his bull. We've come from up over there, you can see that big rock face. We've come just over the back of there, so well, we've come over the top where Mark hit his bull and he sort of came running around the face, and we looked over here and just where Mark's heading down here, it's like dead in the scrub. We know more than 100 yards, so the lung shot was definitely a good one. So we're just going to head down and have a look at him, get some cool photos. We can see Baker Creek running out over there. There's Baker up there, and over here got Heinz Tarn up in that country up in there. There's actually some guys walking up through that face up there, so it's a beautiful day. It's unbelievable. We've had like 6 days on the coast and it's just been mind-blowing weather every single day, which is a little bit scary because after some good weather there's got to be some shit at some stage, and it is nearly June, so anything could happen. But up there last night, that big ice shelf, big chunk broke off and come thundering down the valley. Sounded like thunder. So, nah, good find. I'll get down and catch up with Mark and see what his bull looks like. Oh, you can see that he would have been big. Look at the long tip on him. Jesus. Oh, very nice bull. Hold him up, mate. There. Absolute beauty.
It was actually quite funny. The amount of bulls we've been looking at over the last few days, a lot of them have weight and no length, and this one here we looked at last night through the spotter, we're probably almost fooled by the weight compared to the length. We've seen it had good hooks on it, but the weight probably made us thought it was a lot smaller, so to come over here today and see it's this size is something pretty special.
So after tidying up Mark's bull, We climbed back out of the valley and settled in for an afternoon of spotting bulls and seeing what nannies were around. Over the last 6 days, we had seen over 45 bulls. We had evaluated all of them through the spotter. The 2 we had taken were the best 2 bulls we had seen, and we had taken 1 other for a skin, so there's plenty of bulls around if you're willing to put in the work. The weather was coming in, it was starting to blow up top, and it had a feeling of rain, and we weren't disappointed in the morning. In typical West Coast fashion, the rain arrived and it didn't let up. We spent most of the day in camp before James turned up through an opening in the weather and we were out of there. Well, what a week we had had. Beautiful country, beautiful weather, and lots of bulls. Doc's culling program obviously was working. The nanny numbers were well down, but there were plenty of bulls to check out. Bring on the 2016 Tahr Ballot blocks. I'll be there for sure.